The Google Gang Podcast.
Yeah, washing's not till Thursday. Fucking. Actually, you think I'm joking? But like a
you have like a set washing day.
Yeah.
And with the people you live with.
Well, there's the three that are downstairs at Rose, and then there's another room upstairs and a room above that, and we have one washer between like 9 or 10 people, so you get set days.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
So you have to like plan your life around a washing schedule. Is there anything else you have to share?
No, that's literally it.
If it's just the washing machine, that's not the end of the world. Who pays for like the laundry detergent and that?
Chip in. So, well, there's that. So you pay for your laundry detergent, and then anything else that, like you want to comforter and that. But you've also got to pay to use the fucking washing machine.
So it's like in like an apartment block with like. Is it an apartment block?
It's a semi-detached, but it's built like a house. It's fucking huge. It's got like 4 floors and then one underneath it as well. A single fucking washing machine.
That's
between like 12
so
people.
Weird. So you would never dream of using it not on. Is it your personal day as Thursday or your flat's day as Thursday?
Flat's day, yeah. So then it's like 3 people fighting for this washing machine. Well,
Jesus, popular guy.
Internet kicked in. So we're like suddenly scrambling for this washing machine every Thursday. So I wake up stupidly early because
so that you can do your washing.
I work on Thursdays. I open, don't I?
Yeah.
So I've got to be at work for 9.
Okay.
And then I do my washing. So I either do it beforehand, wake up like 4, get it on the washing line.
Because you can't leave it in there all day, otherwise it's antisocial, so they can't use it.
Yeah. So I go to work. How stupid is that?
That's unbelievable. But that's the only complaint you have about the new place.
Yeah, it's nicer than that.
It's nicer than that. That's good. That's good. Well, it's good to have you on. Obviously, this episode has been a long time coming, and don't know when this is going to go out. I feel I'm ahead on the podcast. I apologise to anyone listening who's upset with me telling you that I was going to release it on a certain date and then not. But, fuck yourself. It's my podcast. But this is basically a wrap up or a wrap down, a rinse down, a bloody, sniff up of your Edinburgh trip. It's Matt Smith, everybody. He's here. This is Google Gang. Go fuck yourself.
Hey.
How are you, Matt?
I'm alright, mate. Yourself?
Are you recovering? I know you've been working hard these past couple of days.
I'm feeling it at the minute. Like I'm knackered, but I just got to power through it. I mean, it's easy. It's an easy job. As you're very aware.
I fucking know.
It's sort of just waking up early now at this point. I don't like it. I'm not used to it.
Not used to waking up. That's fine. I'm usually a morning person in a way. I can just get up when
God
it's required.
bless you.
But usually it's like I'm up, and then I don't like lying in bed. Like as soon as I'm awake, it's like I'm out of bed. I'm out.
Yeah.
I might check the phone for like 5 minutes. Before we get into this Edinburgh stuff, though, I think we need to have a life catch up because I haven't seen you very much. I'm a busy guy. You're a busy guy. What's happening with your lady?
Oh. You know what? I told her I was on this podcast, and I'm like, you know what? You're probably going to get mentioned. So.
Are you still saying it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I did not think that was the case. That's why I wanted to ask the question. I thought it would make you very uncomfortable, but you seem almost too comfortable to chat about it.
It's a weird situation.
What's been happening? Spill the fucking beans.
So she's going to listen to this, so I'll be as nice as I can.
What are you going to say about it?
Well, I've said this to you, right? There's no, relationship thing between us, as far as I know.
Okay.
So what the kids call it is it's friends with benefits, and that's all it is. But she's like this really down to earth, sound Manchester girl that never had out like that. She's funny as fuck, and she lives 5 minutes away from me, so everything sort of slots into place. And from that we get along, and it's always been it's weird,
Just say what you want to say, bro. No one's listening.
I'll give you the...
It's just me and you having a casual chat in my kitchen.
I'll give you the situation then, so you give an opinion on this. So, We're both single still, but we're seeing each other, right? If you can get your head around that.
No, I can, yeah.
So that means we can both sleep with whoever we want, see whoever we want.
But you're not.
But we don't, because we both get jealous.
Yeah.
But yet it's free reign.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
fine.
And she lives 5 minutes away.
Basically, what I'm saying here is you are in a relationship, but you don't want to say that you're in a relationship. And you don't do relationshipy things.
Yeah, but we do.
Are you
It's like,
right?
We do.
it's even reinforcing it even more.
This is no one's...
My follow-up question I'm going to keep to myself. I might ask you that off air because I don't want to put you in a prickly situation. I forget her name.
Alicia.
Alicia.
That's
I was going to call her Emily. Hi, Alicia. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your love and support. Really appreciate it. She is listening.
She's definitely...
By the time this gets released, she may not want to listen. She may not be too keen. No, but that's good, mate. I'm glad that you're happy. And how's your family? Are they all right? Barnsley going all right?
Yeah. As far as I know, it's just same old small little town thing. Actually, the other day, I don't know if you heard, but there was quite a big problem over in Barnsley. I was sat at
it the
work.
fact that everyone realised they were living in Barnsley?
No, that's next week. So I was sat in work and the radio were on, and suddenly it's like, oh, emergency, something's going on in Barnsley. I'm like, fuck, it's on the radio, so it's important. Like, we never get mentioned. So I googled a little.
You're the town Yorkshire tries to forget.
Like, someone went on in Barnsley again. Like, just fucking push that one to the side. So I googled it, and apparently, right, in the town centre, there was this, I don't know who it was. I think it was a woman, but they were walking around the big town centre with a blade.
Okay.
And just flaunting it, and they end up stabbing someone. Yeah.
Right,
like,
okay.
Just,
one thing to walk down the street with a blade, that happens quite often around here, but it's another thing to stab someone with said blade.
I think it ended up being like a window cleaner as well.
Stabbed a window cleaner.
Yeah,
was he mid clean? Was he like was he squeegeeing the water off and they were like, I don't like the way you're squeegeeing, bro. Here's a fucking blade right between your shoulders.
It's like give him a slash and
was it blood. Do you know the details of the stab? What type of stab? Was it like a straight in? Was it like a slice? Was it more of a dice?
I don't know. They wouldn't release a lot about it because it's Barnsley. But
it's not fun. BBC Radio 1 haven't got all the time in the world. You know, they've got sponsors that are paying good money to be on air. They don't need to waste their time talking about small town stabbings. You know, just like a woman was stabbed in Barnsley. All right, next story.
As far as I know, like a person got arrested, and then that was the end of it. And then it went to like football news. So that's all I heard from it.
Yeah, and it was still Barnsley's losing.
Yeah.
That's good though. It's good that they made it on the radio. Did you feel a bit of pride?
Yeah, the local stabbings in my town. Yeah,
mate.
I made sure everyone was okay.
Well, you fuck's sake. Let's move on to this Edinburgh stuff.
Shit, yeah. I'm excited for this.
I'm sick to death of talking about Barnsley. It makes me depressed. I feel like I'm catching depression.
That's why people get stabbed.
Yeah, she probably realised she woke up. She was like, "Fuck, I'm still in Yorkshire." You know,
today's the day.
Well, she looked in her cupboard and there was no Yorkshire tea. Did I tell you that I didn't like Yorkshire tea? Have I ever said that to you?
No, you haven't.
Well, in my head, I thought I didn't. Then, my lovely girlfriend Hazel made me a proper Yorkshire tea, the way it's supposed to be made. And it's not that bad. It's not something I want to have every day, but now I know what to expect. There's a time and a place, late of an evening, you're watching Netflix, you know, you've got a blanket over you, and you're just like, ooh, I'd like a little warm Yorkshire tea. You know?
How'd you have your tea?
I don't know how she did it, to be honest.
Did you have it quite milky, or was it quite a dark tea?
She said... Her exact expression was those two words put together. She likes it milky but dark.
Right.
And then when she gave it to me, she was like, look, it's golden like the sun. And I was like, the sun that you never see? Like,
it's Yorkshire tea.
That's a Yorkshire tea. Yeah. As the sun rises over Yorkshire behind the rain clouds, we know that it's daytime. I'm in Yorkshire next week. I'm going to be in Ripponden.
Oh, hi. Fucking hell.
So the beautiful Yorkshire countryside. The expensive part of Yorkshire as well. And then I'm in Sheffield on the weekend. So I'm having a real fucking Yorkshire sesh.
You really are? Why?
Just because I love the place. It's beautiful. And the fact that obviously Hazel's from Yorkshire, there's a lot of Yorkshire influences in my life. And my first ever friend that I made from England is from Sheffield.
That's true.
He now lives in Australia. Yeah, Matty Morgan, shout out. I don't think he listens. He was the first person I ever started a podcast with as well.
Yeah.
You know, that was back in the days. But you went up to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. What did you do? Were you performing every night?
Yeah, so the rundown of it was fellow that got it all together, bless him.
Lewis Costello,
wonderful guy. And complete props to Hayden Allmark, his sort of
right
helper with it. Yeah, definitely. 2 shows every night. So
2 shows for everyone?
Every single person.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Good job.
Free Fringe, so no profit in it until... Well, we'll get to that bit. So there was one called the Late Night Lucky Bag, which is on a place called Moriarty's over in Edinburgh at 12:15 at night. Okay. So it's not the ideal time.
That's when you're on, or that's when the show starts?
When the show starts.
Right, okay.
That's an hour show, and we had... First few days, we just had us that were there. So like 6 or 7 people came on, did their stuff, and then we left.
5-minute sets or 10?
5-minute sets.
Okay.
Headliner 10 set.
Okay.
And then you had a host at the beginning, and then in between. So it added up to about 40-45 minutes at this point. Gave us enough time then to get everyone from Moriarty's over to the Counting House, which is about a 15-minute walk away. And this is where we had a second show.
Right.
And that started at 1 o'clock.
Right.
And that was the Diamond Comedy Club. That was like Lewis's baby. He loved it. And he'd gone all out for it. The Counting House is stunning. It is like big ballroom, chandeliers, and massive stage with spotlights on it. Stunning.
What was the capacity, the audience capacity?
In the Lucky Bag was about 25 to 30.
Okay.
In the Diamond, it was about 200.
Wow.
Yeah, it was huge. And the microphone and the lightings and everything was just really top notch.
Yeah.
And this was unbelievable because we were on like the Free Fringe. So people are coming in, watching this somewhat professional piece in a professional place and then leaving. But the only issue with it was at 1 o'clock in the morning every night. So the only time we ever got big numbers was on the weekends.
Right.
And that was just a fact. There was... one of the things Lewis said to me before we went was, you're going to have 6 people in the audience. And I said, I get that, but why 6? He said, because 5 of them are going to be us, right? We're going to be in the stage and one of them is going to be an audience member. And that exact thing happened.
How many times?
Once.
Just once?
Just the once.
What was that show like?
Awful. Absolutely appalling. And I was hosting. It was really bad. But
because there was no audience, or
just straight. So it became one. Actually, God bless the woman. She came in, and I'd hosted obviously. So
was this in the big venue, the 200-seat venue? One person came.
One person, and then like 5 of the other people who'd come from Lucky Bag that weren't performing.
Yeah.
So this lady was sat, and she was sat right in the back corner, away from the front. She didn't want to get picked on.
Yeah.
And she was the only one there, so I picked on her.
Yeah.
And I said, you do know you're the only one that's really keeping this show together.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm not here for you, love.
Why was she there?
She was here because she was waiting for the next show.
She didn't even give a flying fuck about you, cunt.
She stayed for about half hour and then she fucked off.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
So then you just performed to your mates. It would
pretty
be like,
much, yeah.
Oh my God.
Brutal.
Now, exciting point on that, right? You know our good friend Phil Sutton from the Saying Sutton podcast?
Yes.
Have you seen the recent one that I did with him? I don't expect that you have.
No, but I've
only got released. Okay. Me and him came up with a great idea. Where he records the podcast, I don't think you've ever been there, but it's like a small shed that used to be a chicken coop. It could fit about 6 of us in there. He's got an idea that we all go out there, right, have a half an hour slot. You perform 5 minutes of material. All the 6 other people are comedians. Everybody makes notes on your material, and then you sit down in a circle and we all go through the 5-minute set that you just did to us. And it's like a writing session where everybody can input on everyone else's sets. It'd go for 3 hours. Everyone would get everyone else's opinions on all their jokes, and it's like a little mini comedy club that we could do like once a month just to tighten up our bits.
That sounds brilliant. Yeah, no, I'm really down for that.
Is that not a good idea? That's what I imagine this gig would have been like, except in a bigger venue.
In a way, like with that one specifically, the owner of the venue himself, Davey, every night he'd come up to us, was like, "You ready for a good night?" He were his baby, you know, that were his place. And so after she left, we were then performing for David. So yeah, it lost its thing to it, but there was no heckling or like do this and that, because it was obviously with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that were there had seen everyone on stage 14, 15 times at this point. Like,
did you do the exact same set every single night?
Not every night. For the first week, I did 2 5-minute sets that I swapped up, and then the last few days, I ended up I just wrote a brand new 5 because a friend of mine wrote a 5. Thought, okay, I'll try and do something.
And you had plenty of time to think about it, and it was almost all you were thinking about the whole time there. It was like being in like a clinic or something. Like,
you'd think personally, the only time I ever worried about my materials when I was on stage.
Okay.
But even then, after 2-3 nights of it, performing 6 times, the nerves had gone.
Yep.
My material down to a T. Everything flowed from spot to spot to spot, and the hosting just got better and better and better. And it just evolved. Both the shows evolved into this amazing sort of like clash between British and Canadian comedy, which is what it was. And it just ended up being really good. It was the audience, and I'm not blaming the audience because they come to see a show and expect, but it was that almost laid down. Because the way to explain it is, yes, the Diamond Comedy Club looked better and should have been better, but looking back, because it was so
small, intimate.
It was a lot more intimate, and the laughs were better, and everything seemed more
a bit like some of those good nights that you get at Shark at Holdfast.
Exactly.
That small room can either be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
And that's what we've learned from that, is because we're already planning to go again next year. So
yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Do you feel like that type of concentrated comedy environment has made you a better comedian since you've come back?
Yes, without question. For the biggest one is the nerves. I've always had nerves going on stage. Always, like, and it's a weird one because I used to act when I was a lot younger. Never got frightened, and so it came to a point where like I could perform other people's material, no problem, but when it's my own stuff, it's my own writing, and you know it, like, you don't know something's funny until you've said it.
Yeah.
And it's that point that's always been scary. But when you've done it over and over and over and over and over again, instead of not just doing it through in your head, but going on stage and getting reactions from different audience members, you then adapt it to how you think things should be. So then your timings become better.
You almost know what to expect as well. You know where it's supposed to sit,
and you can put pauses in.
Yeah.
Like the 5 I took to Edinburgh, I ended up doing it Frog and Bucket.
Yeah.
And it caught me completely off guard because I prepared my pauses at certain points in my material. But the audience at Frog and Bucket were amazing. Like, every single thing I said, there were chuckles and laughs, and it meant I had to pause with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was a weird thing to adapt to, but because you do it so many times, you then learn from that. And like I said, the nerves is one. You then, you've got the inspiration because you're with thousands and thousands and thousands of performers and comedians, and you could literally go out on a night out, listen to something someone said, and you've got 5 minutes there.
Yeah.
And that helps you because then you improve your writing.
Yeah.
And I think they're the two main things I took away from it, as well as I've then learnt the like class that I'm battling with.
Yeah.
They're amazing. Like, some of the people that there are amazing and they deserve everything they get.
Yeah.
But on a lesser scale, the people I went with, the 9-10 people I went with, they were incredible for people who were so almost inexperienced. And another thing on that was none of us, out of every single one of us, male, female, different sort of storytellers to punchliners and all that stuff, none of us had the same sort of material.
Yeah.
And that was amazing because then that meant
there was
one
variety.
person go on, all the time. And it didn't matter who went on what performance, it'd always be a different show. Yeah. Because you'd have a different comedian, and it was so good at that.
So before you left, I know that you were a little bit worried about being unprepared, and you were like, oh, fuck it, I've left it to the last minute. When you got there, did that sort of stress alleviate, or it wasn't until you'd started performing that you sort of got it down pat? You almost were unprepared when you arrived.
I was, and I'm glad you mentioned this because I fully regret it. Edinburgh Fringe is somewhere you need to go with a really clear head to know what you're going to do and do it. For example, there were a guy that was way less prepared than I was, so much that he didn't even have 15 minutes out of all of his material. And we all noticed this, and then it came to his headlining day where he had to do 20 minutes, and we were worried. So we sat him down and we went, just focus, get your shit together. this is fringe. You know, people come here and they become successful, and even if it's not what we're expecting, but it's still an experience. You know, when you come in, you want to do the best you can do. And he looked at us with his like blank eyes and went, "Yeah, all right," and then fucked off for about 3 hours. Came back with 25 minutes, and that's a really good thing. Like, ideally, you have that 25 minutes before you even think about going to Scotland. And that's what I took away from it. You should definitely be so prepared for it. And
because it is such a concentrated opportunity. It's also such a intense, heavy time where you're getting there and there's so many other influences and there's so many other people saying things about what you're saying and all the rest. And if you're not 100% solid, you're either going to start doubting yourself, you're going to start changing, or you're in a situation where you have to start writing while you're there. And sometimes that can be good and sometimes it can not, because you're not in real life. You know what I mean?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what you should take away from that is just don't treat it like an open mic night, but do. You know, like, go up there, do what you can, and then learn from that. One of my favourite quotes is, I can't remember who says it, but fail early and fail often. That's so that you know you're ready for something quite large, like Edinburgh Fringe. And you've failed and you know what to do. And again, say you go in less prepared than you should be, you can then adapt like I did. And you put in your timings and your pauses and stuff like that, and it just becomes... It's just a really good experience. It really was.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad, because I've heard some people have come back and they were like, it's terrible and all the rest, and they're just fucking... They're the constant complainers that'll complain whether they'd stayed in Manchester or complain whether they were in Edinburgh. So it's good that you had a good experience and you've come back and you're like, fuck yeah, I learned heaps, I'm a better writer, I'm a better comedian, I'm a better host, and it wasn't a complete and utter waste of everyone's time. The main reason of this podcast I wanted to get you on was for, I assume you slept in a fucking tent. There must be some absolute fucking madness stories that happen with 9 just absolute misfits and retards sleeping in a field trying to make each other and Scottish people and people from all over the world laugh.
Oh boy. So we've had the inspirational nice bits, so we'll get to these fucked up bits. So
gotta make them wait, mate. Gotta keep them wanting more.
We'll start from day one. So I
that's a good place to start.
It took me 9 hours to get to Edinburgh. I took a coach. Right, so that was already fun, very fun for me. And I rock up at the Edinburgh bus station. I have to get a taxi, and the taxi takes me to this old caravan park. Okay, so there's old people and caravans fucking everywhere, just plastered all over the place. So
like traveller caravans,
yes,
or
so
like they live there permanently.
A bit of both. I think travellers and like big RVs, so like people can live in it and all that shit. But the amenities there were fine. We're actually a nice place. But we were the only ones without caravans.
Right, so you guys were in tents.
We were in tents. So I rock up to this patch where we are, and all the tents are up, because I rock up a day late, I rock up on the 2nd. All the tents are up, and there's a gazebo and a football goalpost with a gnome in front of it, which we'll get to that bit. So I'm rocking up, I'm like, hey, right guys, wait, how's it going? And they point me towards my tent. It's a tiny little blue tent, and at first I'm okay with it, like, I've got a sleeping bag, I've got a blow-up mattress and a pillow, it'll be fine, I'm going to sleep in there a few hours and I'll be up and good to go. First few nights, no problem. Actually had no rain, no wind, it was quite nice. We spent very little time in the tents. I say that, so Lewis and Hayden, the runners of the thing, we got sponsored, and all this money went to sleeping arrangements. So they bought the tents and the gazebo and the gnome and shit, and it was sound, it was cool, and we thought it was like an even split, and it really wasn't. So he spent maybe 50 quid on every single one of these tents, like 6 tents for us all. And then I didn't notice at first, because the way I came up was around the back. So I came up round, I saw all these blue tents and the gazebo, and behind the gazebo is a fuck off military style huge, like 4-man tent. And I'm like, oh sweet. That looks nice.
Is that Big Daddy's tent?
And Hayden pops up from behind me and he's like, yeah, it's mine. I'm like, is it? Who are you bunking with? He goes, Lewis. Anyone else? He goes, no. Like, what do you mean no? where am I going to sleep? And he points at the little blue tent. And he's like, you're sleeping in there. It's like, it's about to my thighs.
Peasant quarters.
To my thighs. I'm 6'2". It's about a 5 foot fucking tent. It's a tiny thing. But like I say, it was okay for the first few days. The 12th of August, pissed it down. It's classic Scottish rain, and it was awful, just torrential, hours and hours and hours and hours. And it got to a point where two or three of the people had to get a B&B because it was so bad. But I powered through it. I'd slept in the tent, and I'd woken up in an awful mood, naturally. So my tent's flooded. Everything in my tent's pissed it. Completely everything. I'm soaked. My bedding's soaked. I'm angry. Naturally angry. I'm hungover. Fucking pissed off, right? I unzip my tent, and I pop my head out, and I'd see... What else? I see Lewis, Emerald, and I see Hannah. Three of the
Hannah
people.
Platt?
Hannah... I forget her name.
Little girl with glasses?
No.
Oh, different Hannah.
Canadian Hannah.
Right, okay.
I pop my head out, and Lewis looks at me and he goes, "You're not in a good mood, are you?" I said, "No." And I reach to the side of me, and I pull out my shoe. And I then wring my shoe out. Right? And I look back at Lewis, and he's already fucked off back into his massive military tent, dry as a bone. And I stare at him as he does it, and just wring that shoe out, and I'm in an awful mood the rest of the day. Then I end up going home. So that was the one time it was an issue. But other than that, it wasn't awful. But
where did
just
you
ruined
shower?
it.
There was a shower block there, was there?
Yeah, really good amenities actually. So like shower block and place to brush your teeth and all that shit. So
Okay.
and toilets, and it were nice and clean because it were like I assume were expensive is what it was. So, but like I say, we were the only ones with the tents. And fuck it, I've got to tell you about John. I have to tell you about John. So John is the security guard of the camp.
Right.
And he's like 75, 76 years old. He's got glasses, and he's in like full security gear all the time.
He sleeps in it.
All the time.
Never don't see John in uniform. Even on his days off, he doesn't own any other
I
clothes.
don't think he had a day off either, because we saw him. So we saw him every night. I'll give you a bit further back. So, right. Have you ever seen a pound of weed?
No.
Okay. We had 2 of them.
Right.
For one. So this meant we'd go out.
That's a lot.
That's a shit ton of weed. Right?
That's so much.
That's a hell of a lot of weed, right?
Right, yeah.
There's a point to this. So
I hope so.
we'd go out and perform, and we'd come back and we'd have a celebratory joint.
Smoke, yeah.
Yeah. And first night in, we did it in the gazebo. And funerals were a bit worried that people were going to smell it, and funerals were like, "Nah, it'll be fine," and the rest of them were zonked tax and give a shit.
Mate, it's the UK, like...
I'm going to get to this story. There's so many stories. I'm so happy for this podcast. So, night 2, my first night in, we're having this smoke up. Like, oh, it's so good. It's going really well. And we see this flashlight come in. And it's John. Now, everyone else has met John. I haven't. So I'm shitting it. I'm like, fuck, someone's coming. I've got the spliff in my hand at this point. I'm like, fuck, what do I do here? And John rocks up. And it stinks of weed. Just fucking reeks of weed.
There's no hiding it.
And John comes up and is like, "You alright?" I'm like, "Yeah, not bad." Like, try to hide it all in. Everyone's looking at me like, "Don't fucking blow this." You know, John's cool with this, but I didn't know this. So I'm like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing anything, officer." Like, right?
Like he's part of the bloody Mounties or some shit. Oh, sorry, officer.
And he's like, "Yeah, oh, you're new here. Like, when did you come?" I'm like, "Just came this morning. Performed with the guys and met everyone." And got
so he knows that you're
cool.
all comedians. He knows you're here for the
Yes.
fringe. Okay, right.
And he's like, "Okay." He comes with a tale, like he does every night. Every night he's an old wise man. He comes with a story, so he tells us.
He's a
this
bit like
story.
Keith.
He's exactly like Keith.
Beautiful.
He's
but
a
he's
Scottish
Keith.
Keith.
He's Scottish Keith. Beautiful. Shout out to Keith. Keith does listening. Tell me he enjoyed one of the ones I did with Tony Wright. So that's good.
Tony Wright, great guy. So yeah, Keith, fucking John comes up and he tells us this story, and I'm shitting it. Everyone else is laughing their tits off. And he tells his story and he goes, "Enjoy your night," and he fucks off. And that, I thought, was the end of it. I thought, right, John knows I'm here. He's not going to bother us. So we can continue doing this.
Continue doing this extremely illegal activity.
Night 3, same thing goes. So we get home, we spark up and see the flashlight again. Oh fuck, it's John. And everyone's like, yes. This is the third time we're going to see him for that. Well, okay, I'll play it cool this time. Like, I know it's John. John didn't seem to notice. Comes back and he's got another story. And it's about these youths. Right? These fucking youths. And he tells us about it, and we're like, all right, we'll keep an eye out for them. Promise, John.
Oh, like they've been around the campsite, nicking people's gnomes and shit. Right.
No, I'll get to that. So,
don't you forget that gnome, because I fucking haven't. I might be a steward.
Oh, man. So,
you hid the weed in the gnome.
No.
Oh, that would have been good.
No, it's much more. It's much nicer than that. But, so John tells us about these youths, and I'm like, okay, cool, fine. And he's like, just... if I catch you ever doing, I'll string you up like I do with these gnomes, these fucking youths. I'm like, oh fuck, right, okay, sorry, John. And he fucks up, and he leaves. And we're like, cool, okay, John's a regular. So night 4, we're like, okay, shit, we can't really do this. I reckon people know, like, we make a lot of noise.
Of course you do.
Stupid at this point. And so what we do is we take off from the gazebo. We leave up to this little dirt path where these horses are. Yeah. And we thought, well, it's a nice place as any. We'll stroke some horses and we'll smoke some weed.
We'll stroke a few mares.
Which is exactly what we do. We do that from night 4 till like 9.
How many horses did you stroke?
Those. Oh God, I got a story about the horses as well.
Save it. Was there more than 4?
There was 3 horses.
Okay.
No, there was 4 horses. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
2 of them were males. The other 2 were females.
How did you find that out? How close did you get?
They have big donkey dicks. It's as simple as that.
A swinging in the Scottish breeze. That India.
Like 4 in the morning.
Get that big old worm India.
So
right.
we're then off smoking up
so you're
there.
stroking donkey dicks, right?
Oh, that's like I'll get to the horse actually. So Lewis, bless him, has never stroked a horse in his entire life.
What the fuck?
He's never stroked a horse. And
Lewis is Canadian, isn't he?
No, Lewis is he's from Blackburn.
Oh right, okay, that explains it. He's too busy being racist. He doesn't get the chance to stroke equine because he's busy making fun of minorities and throwing bricks through old people's windows. Right.
That's our Lewis. So we're like, again, we blaze off his tits, fucking bursting through this 2 pounds of weed that we have.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to stroke a horse.
Right?
Yeah, we're like, right, okay, we'll do that. And we go to the horses and we bring them over. Like, we grab some, I think we had a fucking carrot somewhere, and we just bring it over to the horses, and he comes over, bless him. And he's huge, fucking huge horse. And Lewis,
he's been being fed by you guys. He doesn't get that big eating grass. We got steroids in the carrots, mate. If you bought them from Asda, they're probably dodgy. I'm not getting any cash from Asda. Fuck them.
So the group's there, and we're like, "Come on, Lewis, stroke this horse." And we're all petting this horse, and Lewis is like fucking feebly staring at this big penis horse, right? Like, I really want to stroke it, but he might eat me. He finally goes over and he pets it, and he's like, "Oh, this is so cool." We take a picture.
Take a picture of him stroking his
first
horse.
Picture of his
You always remember your first.
Oh, but it gets better. So
the horse kicked him in the mouth. He couldn't do comedy.
No, it gets way worse. So we're petting this horse, and suddenly we hear this rustling. So we're on this dirt path, right?
Yeah.
We hear this sound of a car, and it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god! Okay, yeah.
We hear this car. I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's just the early campers. And it's not, it's a cop. Right? A cop rolls up and he rolls his window down and he goes, "You alright, boys?" I'm like, yeah. They're sort of trying to obviously play it cool. Like, I think Lewis has got a spliff in his hand. I've got a vodka and coke in my hand. Like, 2 of them have got Stellas.
Because
like,
you're at the fringe.
That's actually how we played it. So he's like, "Right, boys, how we doing?" And before we can say anything, Hayden rocks up from out of nowhere with his Brummie accent, and he goes, "Are you here because of a report?" We're then staring at Hayden going, "What the fuck are you doing?
Why are you saying this?
Why are you doing this?" And the cop's like, no, just like wondering, like just doing his rounds, coming around. And,
Yeah, he's come to check on his horses. Yes. Those are police horses.
And yeah, we like, no, we're just here because of the horses. We thought we'd pet some horses with cans of Stella and shit like this. And the cop played it off like he didn't believe anything was happening, but he did. He definitely did. So what happened was, like, Harry, God bless his soul, he went over to the horse. We're like, yeah, no, we're just petting these horses. And the cop goes, oh, have you done it before? He goes, no. First time we're petting these horses. We think horses are really cool.
This is the weirdest conversation to have at half
and
this is a dirt track in Scotland.
100% honest, right? The cop then, he pulls his phone out and he goes, oh, I've got a horse. He pulls his phone out and he shows Harry this gallery of him and his horse, whilst me and Hayden and Lewis are looking at each other like, what the fuck is actually going on?
The cop's like, this is the greatest night of my life. I found a fellow equine enthusiast, you know?
So, again, we're all blazed off his tits at this point, like, oh fuck, there's a cop here and we're smoking weed next to these horses at 5 a.m.
Oh my god.
And Harry's gone over and convinced him that we're here just because of the horses. And he's like, alright boys, enjoy your night.
After he knows that Harry's enjoyed the gallery of horses.
That's exactly it. And he fucks off and we're like, oh fuck, we're not doing that again. So we go back to the gazebo and we go to bed. We're like, we're not doing any more for a while.
We need to hide in case he brings any other horse enthusiast mates. So like, there's some young English lads down there and they bloody love horses. You know. Janine, can you get the horse pictures that you have? I've got to show these lads. He's like back at the station. You know.
I've been waiting for this day.
Constable McCulloch, print off that bloody, I don't know what an Irish name is, McCulloch?
McCulloch.
I don't know, mate. I'm not Irish, Scottish. Who cares? It's all the UK.
We go back and we go to bed, and then so lo and behold, the same thing happens again. The next night we go back and we get high again, but we don't go to the horses. We stay in the gazebo, and John comes up again. Yeah. And John then...
I heard you boys like horses. He's been talking to his mate, Sergeant Major.
So John rocks up, and at this point, our little tent site is known as the party group, right?
By who? By you guys?
Everybody.
Oh, right.
By John and everybody else. We are the party group, which is the best thing. And
because you guys, I've met a lot of you guys, and you don't strike me as party animals.
We're not, but when there's 2 pounds of weed.
But that's not even a party. That's just like sitting around. Like...
Fucking the shit we got up to. Oh my god. So John rocks up and he's got another tale, of course he has, and he's talking about these youths again. And he says, someone will make some noises of where the horses were.
Oh, the youths are you?
We think.
He's warning you guys about yourselves. He's like, keep an eye out, you know.
Yeah.
One of them had a Birmingham accent. And one of them bloody loves horses. We've had some reports.
Like, yes, John, okay, John. He fucks up again. So that just kept happening. So we kept having John coming back, and this was just every single night. We go home, we get high, and we wake up like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Crack open a can of Stella, get a Chinese, and go perform.
And start the day.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That was it for 2 weeks. Straight up. And I would urge anyone wanting to go to do exactly that, because it was unreal. Unreal. Yeah, fucking mental, man.
So do you have any crazy stories from the actual shows, apart from the one show that you did where there was one woman in there that didn't want to see you? Any other interactions with audience members, hecklers, anything like that?
Not necessarily. I've not had any bad ones. I've got some nice ones though. Okay. So
we can go nice.
Yeah, we'll go back over to sanity. So the Lucky Bag itself was always really good.
Yeah.
We had great members, good numbers, and always good laughs and stuff like that, because it was so intimate.
Yeah.
And then, bright idea, we thought we'd try and make some money from this, because we were paying for Ubers, which were costing like 20 quid from our place to where this first show was.
Right, so you couldn't walk from the campsite to where you were. It was quite far away.
Yeah, really in the town centre.
Okay.
So we were getting Ubers and like choosing people to get the Ubers this time and back and stuff. So we thought we'll try and make some money, and we got this big bowl. Basically, just any shrapnel you've got after the show, throw it in, and we'll helps us do what we want to do. Like, we can get here, do our stuff, and we'll go. We'll leave you alone. Cool. we started doing that, and first night we made like a fiver. Second night we made 7-8 quid out of both shows as well. You do it for both. As best night was the second Saturday. We had maybe 70 people in the audience. Amazing night. So Diamond as well. We made I think £38 at Lucky Bag and then £70 at Diamond, which is amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, and the show itself was incredible. Like, I've actually from doing it, I've got more interactive with the audience. Like, I ask questions and I improvise whilst on stage and stuff, which is the thing I've got from it, and that meant like I could speak to the audience, and that obviously helps them when they feel more into it. They're like, yes,
they're included in the transaction, and they leave feeling good because you spoke to them, but you didn't insult them. Because I feel like a lot of people come to a comedy show expecting to be picked on. Like the first night at Giggle Gang last week at the Binary Bar, audience members were outside being like, "What's up with this comedy night? You know, no one's ripping into anyone in the audience." Yeah. That's not what it is. Like, it's we don't rock up to rip into you. If you'd like to have a chat, and be a dickhead, we'll rip into you. If you want to have a civil chat, we don't have to rip into you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people want that, but most people don't. That's why they sit at the back, because they're like, "Oh, I don't want to be picked on."
Yeah, of course.
You know. And these people that wanted to be ripped into all stood at the back and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just expected me to pick someone out and be like, "Oi, you fuckface," and then just go in on them. Like,
that's the problem, yeah.
It's not what it's about.
I mean, God bless on that night with Dan Baines, it was just that sort of thing, wasn't it? And I just sat there thinking, like, it's such a fucking waste. You know, this is like the opening night. You come here for your comedy and you can fuck off. Like,
people, just for the record, people that thought Dan was angry on the opening night, he definitely wasn't angry. No, he actually loved every second of it. People were leaving being like, "Oh, is Dan okay?" I was like, "Dan's fucking fine." He loved it. He loves having a pot shot at someone.
He does,
yeah.
He's good at it though. Fucking all props to him.
You don't want to have him running at you though. Fuck. Jesus Christ, mate. If you're looking to looking to demolish a house, I'll give you his mobile number. Because Jesus Christ, mate, he'd rhino the shit out of that. Fucking hell. So what's the plan for next year? Like, have you made any arrangements? Are you back? Have you made good relationships with the people you were with this year?
Yeah, definitely. The people we went with were like friends anyway. We met in university and stuff. Like the Canadians that came over.
What about the venues though?
Venues wise, if we keep in contact with Davey, that'd be great. The guy who runs a Diamond, because actually that's something we're considering. The guys who run Moriarty's is just a bar, and underneath there's a stage. Okay, nothing we can do about that. Davey's got his Diamond, which is all professional and shit, and he loves it. But for what we want to do, Diamond's too big. It's too professional. It's like we can't fill them, and we just. It's not that we're not prepared and we're not good enough.
Were you guys out in the street flying?
Oh God, yeah. Well.
When you're waking up at 4:30 in the afternoon,
that's exactly
smashing Chinese. Yeah, there's too much horse petting and not enough fucking get to my show.
Do you know how many?
If only the horses could have come to the show, they could have taken up like 3 rows.
It's so fucking good. I'm that dick.
This row's reserved for a horse cock. I wish that was a joke, but wait till I get on stage. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, the flyering, like, it was hammered. Like, we had, did we have 20,000 posters and I think 70,000 flyers?
Jesus, and you got rid of them all?
No.
Oh,
we got rid of nothing.
What?
So there were like 3 or 4 flyers in our group that went every single day, bless them. Then they go out from...
But that wasn't you.
No.
I couldn't imagine it was.
That was not me. We all tried it. So second night in, we were like, we're going to do some flyering, we'll get us word out and then see where it ends up in a week's time. We all went out and we did like 2-3 hours of flyering. I ended up handing out 25 flyers in the middle of Edinburgh for 3 hours. Right?
You're an experienced flyer as well. We were forced to hand out flyers at work.
Like, I thought it was easy. It's really not. Because these people have been handed flyers all day, every day.
Yeah, for everything.
For everything. So you've got to make yours stand out. So Hayden, God bless his soul, again, he was one of the determined ones. There's 3 of them that went out from 9 o'clock in the morning until 11 at night, where they'd come to Moriarty's and do the show.
They just fly all day.
They just fucking fly it. That's all they do, all day.
Wow.
I know. And we are so generous. But
you're such a shit can.
You're the worst guy. We were aware that we were crap and we couldn't do this. Yeah. Hayden had got he got it, right? And his way he said, you've got to be unique. I'm like, yeah, we'll get that. Cool, we'll try and be unique. And I was sat watching Hayden flying for a bit. And
Where's he from?
He's from Birmingham.
Okay, right.
Well, no, sorry, he's going to kill me for it. He's from Wolverhampton. He's
Fuck.
not a brummie.
It's all the same, mate. It's all the same.
He's a murder for that. But he'd go out and I'd sit and watch him. It's like, fucking, how the fuck do you do it? He'd throw like 100 out in 10 minutes. I did 25 in 3 hours. And I sat and watched him, and I couldn't understand what he was doing because it looked like he was just sort of jumping out in front of people, throwing a flyer in the face, right? Be like, have this. And that's exactly what he was doing. I was walking behind him to the pub, and he's flying out as he was doing it. And at one point, he just went, and like, this flyer in front of this poor woman's face. And he went, come on it! And then she took it and fucked off.
But did she come to the show?
I don't know, but he got the flyer out.
But that was the only way people were going to know about your show, isn't it? Like, realistically, there's so much on. You have to be the person that goes, at this time, this is where you need to be. And I know there's 100 other options for you, but this will be fun.
Exactly. And it's the timestamps, like 12:15 and then 1 o'clock in the morning. The both hour shows. It's tough. It's really hard to do.
What
Especially
would have
on
been
weekdays as well.
what would have been beneficial is like a plan of attack where you had one person out the front that wasn't performing every night, and while the show was on, or just like an hour before outside the venue, being like, there's a show on here, get the people that are already out and about. So if you hand a flyer to someone at 10 in the morning, are they the same person that's going to be bang up for a show at 1?
We did that. That's exactly what we did. So again, the 3 or 4 that were up every single day, they'd be at the venue for 9-10 hours, and they'd just fly. And then when we came up to like the pub that was next to where we were performing, we'd have a few drinks and we'd fly. We'd go around, we'd go inside and all that stuff. So we had like a big mush of like advertisement for like the hour and a half. And that was the main idea, was to do it just before your performance. But it's a lot harder because you can only do it for the first show.
Yeah.
Because as soon as the first show's over, you've got to run over to the second show and
Yeah.
perform then, and then your night's over. So all the day stuff was good for the later show, almost, because it gave people time to go home, look at the flyers, and then go, well, that looks okay.
Were you
Let's
handing
try that.
people flyers that already had flyers in their hands for other shows?
Yeah. Just everyone. Just a lot of the, actually, one of the best ones that we did was a lot of the Ubers we got, speaking to the Uber drivers, and it's like, yeah, just plant your flyers in. And just fucking flyers all over the car. So people are getting in and go, oh, look, lay down, look your bag.
There's
Like,
flyers on the back seat. Yeah. That's nice.
So that was a way of doing it. That's how most of us did it. But like the like person contact, Hayden just had it. He got out hundreds and hundreds a day, but we still barely touched the flyers because the plan was to do 100 each every day.
Yeah.
Between
And
the 10 of us.
What they didn't bank on is people like you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The shit ones. We
So
just
100
couldn't
a
do
day
it.
would be 1,000 a day. Between 100 each a day would be 1,000 a day.
Yeah, and we had like
And-
70,000.
Yeah. Even that, you're only there for 14 days. Well, you're there for the whole month. That's only 30,000.
Yeah.
Why did you print so many?
I don't know. I don't know why you did.
I don't know what
And the
fantasy
posters
land
as
you were
well.
living in.
We only got rid of like maybe 100 posters out of 10,000.
That's so
5,000.
ridiculous.
I know.
You printed way too much.
I know you did, but that's something to take for next time. Like, because you asked that. So, one of the main ones is, and not to disrespect, but the people that we went with, for example, the person that wasn't prepared, we don't want him because we don't want that. We want polish. People who are going there for a purpose and to do it. So we're going to refine the set that we're going with. And we're going to get better fucking sleeping amenities. I might even put 2 for like a hotel or B&B or something, just somewhere where we can go home, get comfy, rest up, and then actually focus on fucking flyering, like not waking up at 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Yep.
That's a plan. Also, ideally, we'll get a better time spot. Even maybe just bring it to one show.
I'd love to get involved
Mate,
with the sesh, and I reckon I'd have a fun time flyering as well, and I'd be super unique.
speak
with
to
my
Lewis
accent.
because he'd adore you to bits. He would definitely take you on because you are, again, like, you know when I said like there's no similarities in comedians?
Yeah.
You'd fit in fine because you're not like anyone else either. You'd be
Yeah.
bang in. And
You wait till
obviously
I'm going to do a brand new set tonight at Binary Bar that I've never done before, and the idea, I think it's something that I've talked to you about, is basically you fucked up England. You sent all your best people away to Australia, and they've made the best country in the world. And I've come back and I've identified some problems, and I'm going to fix them for you. And it's done from like the most like stupid Aussie perspective. Like, I'm gonna like Uber up the Australian. I'm gonna be sinking beers. I might get a corked hat. I'm gonna be wearing shorts and thongs.
Oh fuck!
And I'm just gonna be like, fucking hell, England, you made some fucking errors, didn't you? That's gonna be the vibe. So I don't know how it's gonna go tonight. I need to fucking learn it, but yeah, I only really started learning it today. But that's how prepared I get for my own night. You know what I mean? If it's bad, you know, we roll on.
Oh man! But no, yeah, definitely get yourself in.
Have you got any other like random stories in the list? We've got just give me one. We've got 10 minutes.
Okay, all right. Let me explain flame ball.
Right.
Okay, right.
Beautiful. We're off to a great start.
This is my favourite thing in this world. So flame ball was derived, literally invented from me and 3 other friends, and it involves 2 players, a pool table, and a cue ball, and a spliff. Okay. That's all you need. Cool. So I'm gonna describe it, but picture it in your head, right?
I feel like this is an AJ Hill comedy set with all the props.
They're not props. They're
essential.
Weapons is what these are. So I'd like to describe it. So you've got 2 players on each end of the pool table, lengthways, right? And you've got your pockets on either side of you, and then obviously in the middle of the table there's 2 more pockets. The bottom 2 pockets are 2 pointers, right?
Right. Yeah.
And the pocket on your left hand is a 1 pointer. It's the exact same for the reverse. Okay.
Right.
Cue ball's in the center of the ball, in the center of the table, and the idea is try and score. So, fucking hell. Oh, it's evolved so much since we did this. So we've got a referee, right? We've got scores, we've got strategies for this shit. And the idea is, this is why you need the weed. Because when you have the ball, you're in control. You're then attacking. The other player's defending. So you can
How are they defending?
With your arms.
With your arms?
With your arms.
So there's no pool cue involved?
No.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
So you're just trying to chuck the ball in the hole?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was being played like with pool cues.
No.
So we're just slinging it.
Just fucking throwing it at the fucking...
So you're moving around the table the entire time trying to grab the ball and chuck it in, or...?
Well, you're on your half.
Okay.
So you can't go past your 1 point there and then your 2 pointers there. Okay. So you can't go past there, and you can't like constantly block. There's an area.
Right. Okay.
There's a fucking area.
I feel like I need a fucking diagram, mate.
So the ball's placed in the middle, drop balled, and your arms are on the side of the table, right?
Right.
And as soon as the ball's dropped, you reach and you grab the ball. If you grab the ball, you're attacking. The other player's defended.
Can you pause and take as much time to think about your attack? Okay.
Yes. So
when
you've got the ball,
is it a fast-paced game?
It can be.
Is it an aggressive game?
This is where the strategy comes in. So you can be aggressive with it. You can just straight and go for the 2 pointers. Go as hard as you can and just try and get accurate, right? If you're not accurate, maybe you fake it and you go for the 1 pointer, right? You see what I mean?
I love it so much.
It's so good, right? And so you do that. And as we played, we then discovered that we had these strategies. So Lewis, for example, he's a fakey. He'll play with the ball, he'll throw it in between his hands, and he'll fakey the shot for the 2 and just slot it in for the 1. Yeah. And he's a point up. And it's the first attempt. And then you play against Hayden, who doesn't give a fuck, and he'll like overarm it into the fucking 2 pointer, right? He just throws it, and you've got to block it with your body. Yeah. So it's almost like an advantage to longer arms. Yeah, you've got more of a block, but you've got more to reach up. There's genuine game to this, right? It's so fucking good. And you play until you get to 10 points, and then it's winner stays on. And we played that.
When do you smoke the drugs?
You smoke it when you can feel the ball on your arms again. So when it hurts is when you smoke it.
We play for keeps, boy. We're fucking around. I don't give a flying fuck about your forearms.
The first night we played, so we didn't invent this at Edinburgh, but we brought it to Edinburgh. So we invented this on a night at Hayden's, because he had a pool table and shit, and we played it just fucking out of nowhere for some reason. And we were drinking as well, and we had quite a lot of smoke, and we played it for 5.5 hours, right? Over and over and over again. We couldn't get enough of it. Yeah. And then that was like the first prototype of it. And then we brought it to Edinburgh, and we just adapted it. And we were like, there's a score system, brought the referee in with the drop ball and stuff, and like if it goes off the ball, it's a free ball to second player, all that stuff. Oh, mate.
Were the rules written down, or was it just spoken rules?
No, but they're going to be.
Okay.
We take full fucking compensation for this game because it is the best game in the world.
Did you ever play a game of pool? No.
No, we never like paid to play. We didn't need to because you get the cue ball and you don't need the sticks and you don't need the rest of it.
Good.
Because if you throw it in, it lands in, it pops out, and you just roll it to the other guy, and it goes on forever. and again, so
what did pubs think about you guys playing this game?
They weren't too happy. But actually,
of course they fucking weren't.
We did it. So that was when we didn't do it with the weed. We were like, we'll just have a friendly game of flame ball.
Friendly game of flame ball. I don't think that exists, mate, and I've never played. You know what I mean?
Should play.
I can't wait to play.
On the camp, there was like an amusements area where they had like air hockey and gambling stuff, and there were a pool table there. So we're like, fine, fucking prime arena for fucking flame ball.
Do you want to know what's exciting?
What?
Binary Bar has a pool table.
Oh, flame ball!
And it's in the green room.
Flame ball! Gotta play it, man. It's so good. So we got some new bloods, right? So the OGs had been playing it for a while, right? We'd introduced it to everyone else, and he'd played a game. I wasn't there, but he'd played a game apparently. And I'd come in again, like a few days later, and like, let's play some flame ball. Fuck it, flame ball. And
because flying, fuck that shit.
Fuck it.
We're not nervous.
Who does that?
Yeah. We don't need people at this show. I'll just giggle to myself.
The new blood that had come in, he'd come in and like, oh, I'm gonna play some flame ball. We're like, okay, Sam, cool. And he fucks off for 10 minutes. And we're like, where is it? We're waiting to play flame
Comes
ball.
back with knee pads.
Comes back with elbow pads.
Yes! Smart play.
He's like, right, let's do this.
But were they knee pads on his elbows?
No actual elbow pads.
Oh, right, I see.
Like, I thought you almost had like a helmet, like, and shit, because it is brutal, but he must have hurt him. He must have done it not high, because it's just stupid to not do it high. Because you can feel it. It fucking hurts, man. But it's
You have to
such a
block it with your
addictive game.
forearm or your hand?
Any bit.
Oh.
So for the pocket on your left, you can do it with your hand, like, but you can't constantly block it. Like, so. It's fucking area. And then you've got this bit of your forearm that leads back down to the bottom pocket. But if you do that, you've then got this pocket on the right open.
But don't you have a second player helping you?
No, just
Oh, it's just one-on-one.
One-on-one.
Oh, right.
And the ref. Yeah.
Right, and the ref. Sorry, I forget the ref.
It's an important part of flame ball.
I'm sorry. I've disgraced the good name of such a beautiful game.
It's
such a pure form of competition.
Such an addictive, like I said, 5.5 hours. And we'd sobered up maybe halfway through that, so it's just a great play it. Right? I will show you the rules.
That's beautiful.
I
Well,
will
look,
play it.
Matt Smith, we've come to the end. We've done an hour, and I'm so glad that we got to finish on flame ball.
I'm so glad I got to talk about it finally. Yes.
Well, look, I'm not going to ask if people want to see you because I don't know when this is going to release. But what's the plan for the future now after Edinburgh? Has anything come out of it for you? Has anything come out of it in personal development, in opportunity, in anything? Is there a next step?
It's always nice to keep the train rolling. So I came back from Edinburgh and I was on that high. And I was like, let's just fucking do open mic nights. And I did Frog and Bucket for the first time. So that's what I've gained from it is that confidence to just go, fuck it, do it. You know, that fear is gone.
Yep.
And that's sort of why I urge people to do it, because especially if you do it as often as we did, you go and it just becomes normal. And that's what everyone wants.
Yep.
You don't want it to be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You just want it to be natural, and you go up and you do shit and you go home. And that's what I gained from it. And I urge anyone to do that. Then play fucking flame ball.
Then play flame ball as much as you fucking possibly can. Beautiful. Well, look, Matt Smith, thanks so much for taking the time and bringing all these stories. I told you before I left, I was like, something cool's going to happen. And I reckon we can fill an hour. And we fucking have. Beautiful. Well, look, my night, Binary Bar, it's Giggle Gang Comedy every Sunday at 8 p.m. You've got Sharp Comedy at Hold Fast. Show Pro section starts at 8 p.m. Open mic starts about 10 p.m. Tuesday, if you want to catch a show, Belly Laugh by Phil Sutton and Dan Baines. Phil Sutton from the Saying Sutton podcast. Do yourself a favour. Check mine out. It's on YouTube. It's a video podcast. A little bit different to this, but god damn do I look good. And then Wednesday night, you've got Great White Shark, open mic section 7 till 8 p.m. and then pro section on after that. Free show. You get a really good quality show at the Patreon in the Northern Quarter. And then Thursday, Joshua Brooks, Comics Anonymous with Tuesday Tony and Anna Spark. Those are your open mic nights. You want to be catching me and every other fucker that's on this podcast at, basically. Get involved, get around it, keep supporting live comedy, and give us a like, follow, and a share. And make sure you feed your fucking dingo tonight, you know? He gets fucking hungry sometimes. Beautiful. Thanks, Matt Smith.
Cheers, brother.